Welcome, everybody, to the Investing or Gambling Podcast. I am your host, Ileana Mike, and I am here with my new and trusty, loyal co-host, old brother from another mother, Golf Winch himself. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Hey,
well.
Let's get right to the indices real quick here, folks.
Wait. If I was doing any better,
Yeah.
it'd be a sin. That's a Wall Street reference.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Hey, sorry about that, folks. Dow Jones Industrial Average 35,625, up 110 today. The S&P 500, oh my God, just doubled, folks, from the March 23, 2020 low, 4,479. Thank you, Mr. Federal Reserve. We're going to get to that real quick. The NASDAQ was down today. I wonder why. And the small caps were down today. I wonder why. The Russell, none of these, Russell just can't seem to get out of its own way. I don't know. The bond market's looking a little frothy or looking a little dim here. We got the U.S. 10-year bond yield at 1.26. The 30 years at 1.93. And the U.S. 2-year is 0.21. Let's get right to cryptocurrencies because that's what we like to talk about. We like to talk about fiat. We're going to talk a little stock market today. Bitcoin currently trading at $46,312 per coin. Ethereum, which is one of my favorites, $3,195. And I'm just going to give a shout out there to Litecoin because that is the next favorite one of everybody's is 181. All the rest of them, there's all kinds of stuff going on today. We've had a busy week here. We've had the rise and fall of Afghanistan. We've had senile Biden going out there telling everybody that it's Trump's fault or it's his fault and he don't care and let things fall and yada, yada, yada. The man doesn't even know his own name sometimes. Anyways, we're going to get right to the show here, folks. I do have a couple of questions for our co-host. I did get a couple of listeners that called in last week for a couple of different stock picks, I'm sorry to say. So, Mr. Golf Winch, what do you think? Where are we at? And tell us what you think's going on in the world.
Your indexes, I think, are broken. First off, did you mention the Bitcoin and gold price?
Oh, I did not. Gold is at 1,788. Silver's at $23.840. I did not. You're right about that. And
what? The Bitcoin's 47 grand roughly.
Right, 46,003.
Well, where do we go from here?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I want it to come down a little bit because I'd like to buy some more Ethereum. That's one of my favorites. I'm sorry, it is. I just like it. I'm not saying that I don't like Bitcoin either, but I don't know. The Fed talks tomorrow, and everybody's talking about the Fed starting to taper. This whole market's fake in reality because there's so much. They have juiced it up so much. It's never going to stop.
Simple matter of expanding the balance sheet. That's all they are doing. Just keep growing the balance sheet and making it bigger. And all that does is dilute everyone that is in the dollar.
Well,
so they're just diluting all of us, pretty much the whole world that's attached to the U.S. currency. Well, meaning they're inflating the currency and robbing all the people that are holding the currency right now and giving new money to the new, the new technocrat corporate, whatever, juggernauts of the world.
Well, I heard some staggering numbers today. You're out there in La La Land, and I heard just off the coast there in La La Land is like 20 of these ships that are still trying to get unloaded. They said that get this. China just shut down a port. Shipping costs are up 200%. Freight costs. Now this is going from off the ship onto the cargo, and the cargo being unloaded and onto a truck. That's up almost 75%. These are all logistics. Okay.
Yeah, those are front running inflation numbers. That's hyperinflation starting in the the beginning of the supply chain,
Yeah.
logistics chains, everything.
Yeah.
It's coming to you, consumer. Just
Oh,
wait till the holidays.
absolutely.
Wait till Christmas. That's an evil laugh that doesn't I'm not it's all gonna end well with Bitcoin, but that's an evil laugh for the fiat, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. It very much is true. I've seen some very staggering numbers. They said that there are in Chicago, there are so many train yards that are completely full, waiting for cargo.
Yeah.
Okay, full of empty with cars. I mean, full of cars, nothing in them, nothing in them. And this is, I think, personally, I think the Chinese are just starving us to death when it comes to the supply chain, and that's what's causing everything to go up. Now, tomorrow we're going to get some reads from Walmart, Home Depot, and we're also going to get retail sales. Now, we came on the air last week, Tuesday, but the biggest thing that I saw, and this is the biggest, it's the lowest it's ever been, and I think in a decade, consumer sentiment is down to like 70, which like high is like 95, 96. The estimate was for 81. And when it was read, Rick Santelli came out and said, "Oh my God, I can't believe this, what I'm seeing." He said, people are so scared right now, whether it's the Delta variant, whether it's inflation,
Lambda.
Yeah, Lambda variant. And he said that the Michigan sentiment report is the lowest it's been before COVID even started, before the fake pandemic started. Now, yeah, this is really concerning to me. So I don't know why the market continues to go up. Obviously, it's because people can borrow money.
Check out that clown ball over there. Sorry.
Oh, what's he doing?
That rent-seeking ticket giver.
Oh, I see that guy.
Or she, I don't know. That's see, people are just so used to following orders,
right?
Especially out here where it's more like quasi-capitalism. It's more like socialism, bordering on communism in San Francisco, and that's why you don't have that many people sticking up for their rights. They're just like, I'll wear the mask, I'll do this, I'll do it. Okay.
Yeah.
The whole city's been emasculated. I mean, they got the confusion with boys and girls. Nobody knows what's going on. They just trust everyone.
I see everybody walking around with the phone in their hands. I mean, just like here too. I mean, look at it. They've got it. They've got their head down.
It's a zombie apocalypse. It's not exactly what they're painting in the movies, but this is our version of the zombie apocalypse with masks and phones. And if you don't vax up and put your mask on with your phone, you don't get to participate in our dystopian society.
Right. I want to see the price of gas out there, that Chevron that you just came by. Oh, see if you could put that up there. The price of, what is it, $4.69 a gallon out there?
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Okay.
I didn't see it. I missed it.
That's incredible.
I'll pass another one.
You can't see this, folks, but Golf Winch is driving through the streets of San Francisco.
Lombard. I'm about to, it'll be another 5 minutes and I'll hit the Golden Gate. But yeah, it's a dystopian world out here. But there's like this guy, he's walking his dog. He's got the chin diaper. He's got the chin diaper still. That's in case you dribble down under your chin, it'll scoop that up. That way you don't tarnish the cement.
Oh, God. Unbelievable.
Yeah. The best is when you see like people on bikes and running and they have a mask on. It's like, really? Are you serious? Are you that? But mostly the women are in fear.
Wells Fargo. Yeah, that's incredible.
This woman, no mask.
There you go. Every so often you see one.
Yeah,
I like the ones that are
remnants.
I love the ones that are in their car by themselves. Yeah. I mean, that is like, really? Are you? God.
Well, I no longer like get angry and upset with people. I feel empathy for them because they're just confused. They just have been told so many untruths that now they're just believers in a fake religion / cult.
Well,
that is just promulgated by our good government.
The more you
have money,
sooner or later, what the problem with the people out there is that they keep hearing the same lie over and over and over. And sooner or later they say, you know what? It must be true.
Gotta be true.
Gotta be true.
It's on the news every day, all day,
right?
Nonstop. They wouldn't pump that through the system.
No. If it's on the news every night, it's got to be true. It has to be.
Yeah,
it has to be true.
And that's the old way of thinking. Our kids, or at least my children, would never watch any news, but now they're controlling it through the technocrats.
Yep.
The panopticon that you know as Netflix, Facebook, Twitter,
TikTok,
Google, TikTok, you name it, all of those.
It's amazing.
That's the new frontier of controlling your kids' paradigm or panopticon. Think how hard it's going to get your kid to be indoctrinated into an actual Bible believing young person.
Tough.
With all what's going on. You really have to dive deep to say your prayers at night to get that going.
Absolutely.
Because you're fighting entropy of society, like the Sodom and Gomorrah of our time.
Right.
Like, look at these people having a little nice siesta on the streets.
Oh my God. I see them.
Right.
The home. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, that's nothing. You haven't seen any. That is one tiny example. Wait, you go to the Tenderloin, you'll see some carnage, or go onto the East Bay or over by the Oakland area where you're driving down the expressway, you'll see little tiny villages of tents and stuff.
Right.
Where people just living out there.
And they're not masked up, if you notice that.
Nah, they're not wearing no masks over there.
So you got to wonder.
But the panhandlers do.
Of course. Well, you can't panhandle unless you're vaccinated, I think. I mean,
oh man.
I mean, that's, they just sent another 6,000 troops over to Afghanistan after they just got rid of taking down 6,000 troops. Now we're sending 6,000 troops over there to, I guess, just get whoever's got the money, basically.
They're grasping at the wind now because they're seeing you can't take down anything with money anymore. The monopoly of violence has ended. Because you can't steal someone's Bitcoin.
Right.
Governments can't steal Bitcoins, but nobody in any of these governments has the time or the inclination to figure out Bitcoin.
No.
So you have a bunch of scrambling for the power controls or the levers. Like, think of a frantic Wizard of Oz with his hair all on fire, trying to figure out how to stop Godzilla from ruining the city. Right. Godzilla's Bitcoin. Just running through the world of, all the different countries, because this isn't an American thing. It's a global, a global pandemic on money.
Well,
really.
yeah. Unbelievable.
Virus in the U.S. currency that has been insidiously creeping. It's a toxic currency, and everyone's figuring out that fiat is not sustainable. It never has been a sustainable way to have a currency. That's why the gold standard was the one that won. Now it's just been obfuscated and made,
right.
Yesterday was that holiday on WTF happened in 1971, August 15th.
Okay.
Was the 50-year reunion of fiat currency.
Yes, I saw that.
We got off the gold standard.
Right. Right.
What about didn't you say you had a question?
Yes, one of the listeners called in. One of my good friends and good co-host who will join the show next week, Dow 30K, has come up with a question. He'd like you to answer it. What do you think of Coinbase? He wants to know if you think is going to make it. Is it a buy? Now, I heard some things today that said, they make their money because, whether crypto goes up or down, there's constant trading. But the other guy said it may get to the point where it's going to be like a Robin Hood, where they doesn't charge anything to crypto. So what do you think about Coinbase?
So Coinbase is just another stock is what you're referring to, I think, is the stock of Coinbase, right?
Right, correct.
You're not talking about the company. Okay, because
if you're talking about the stock, you're talking about the company. I mean, as far as valuations, everything's overvalued right now.
Well, there's a lot to unpack there then, because we're talking about layers of money when we're talking there. And
right.
a good book to wrap your mind around layers of money is Nick Battia's Layered Money. Very short read, but will definitely get you caught up on the layers of the old money system and now the new money system in a pyramid format. And what you're seeing is the apex predator of all currencies exercise his world hegemony.
Right.
And that's the Bitcoin. But Coinbase, back to that, we're in its infancy, basically. It just went public within a year. I don't remember when it went, but
I think it just went public about 4 months ago.
So if you're talking about the stock, my worldview is the stocks are going to be all IOUs when we see the flippening, I guess you would call it. I don't know. There's a few other ways to explain it, but as the hyperinflation unwinds, and that is always the case at the end of a currency's fits and rages into hyperinflation, you'll see the inverse of that in Bitcoin, because that's what it's measured in is dollars.
Right.
So Coinbase will just be a stock that you'll have to sell the stock and come back into the fiat rail system, and then you'll have to cash out of the fiat rail system. Well, when a theater's on fire and everyone's racing for the exits, you don't want to be in that position, exiting one layer, trying to get into the other layer that everyone's trying to get rid of.
Are you going over the famous Golden Gate Bridge?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. I've never been out there, and it's like I'm on a tour right now. Folks, I'm sitting here watching him go. I mean, here we are doing a show and he's going over this famous bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge. Now it looks beautiful. It looks like a beautiful day out there.
It usually is. It's Groundhog Day with this weather out here. But my mom kind of had a fight for her life in the hospital, and normally I call her on the way back home if I go to San Francisco and I'm leaving San Francisco, I go on the Golden Gate Bridge, but
right.
I can't do that. I'm on a podcast right now.
Right.
I'll have to call her later.
Well, you can. Yeah,
it's beautiful out here.
It is. Well, it looks very cool. It looks very cool with those mountains in the background. It looks majestic looking.
Yeah, it is majestic. You get a little bit of exhilaration when you cross it, regardless if you're just driving by it every day.
Right, exactly.
Because it's just really cool. There's Alcatraz.
Oh, wow, cool.
Okay, well, back to Coinbase. So I had another thing I wanted to say, because I just sent a friend of mine who's a noob. He doesn't really know how to trade Bitcoin, but he's all into gold and silver and sees, the writing on the wall, so to speak. So I just sent him $2,000 because I owed him some money and I wanted to show him how it worked,
Right.
And so I sent him it through, I sent it from my Cash App, because all they allow you when you're in the KYC AML world, which is know your customer, anti-money laundering.
Okay.
If you're in that world, you have to go by their rules. That's the US government's rules. So they only allow you to take $2,000 off your chain or off chain from Cash App. So I sent $2,000 to my friend in a Coinbase app. He just sent me his address, and then I sent him the arancetta for the barbecue.
Right. Exactly. Very cool.
But that is KYC AML. So basically the government knows that's happening and is tracking that as best as humanly possible. But there's a whole nother world to Bitcoin where you don't have to have a government name, a social security card. You don't have to have anything. You can be just a random Joe Blow panhandler that goes to ATMs and puts all his money in Bitcoin.
Yeah, I guess.
Then you have a private wallet with your own keys that no one or no entity or government can steal from you.
Yeah.
Whether they don't even know about it, so it's impossible for them to steal.
Right.
Because it's pseudonymous.
Right.
And anonymity is one of its core traits, and that's why Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It's reverse engineered to play defense against governments.
Right. Right.
Tyrannical ones at that.
Right. Well, a couple of different companies are going to report tomorrow, and there's a good indicator tomorrow. We got retail sales for the month of July coming out tomorrow. We've got Walmart, we've got Home Depot. So we're going to look at some retail sales here. We got Target this week. So we're going to see what the consumer has been doing for the past month with all this new money, as far as the child tax credit just started in July, where people are receiving anywhere from $300 to $800-900 a month. And I mean, and that's another thing too. I just found out that they recently upped the food stamp program.
That's
Trump,
EBT. Don't be giving it that politically incorrect name, you racist.
No,
Stop
unbelievable. No, I know, but we just keep giving more and more and more and more.
I heard a $3,000 stipend for every U.S. citizen is what I was hearing.
A what?
Stipend, like a UBI, Universal Basic Income.
Oh,
Everyone
absolutely.
just gets $3,000 for fogging a mirror.
Yeah.
He's alive. He gets $3,000. You get $3,000. You get $3,000. You get $3,000.
Yep.
Like Oprah, Biden's Oprah.
Exactly. I mean,
Kamala's got his back.
Oh my God, it's totally amazing.
It's dystopian.
I know it's unbelievable.
Surreal world.
I see one of my favorite stocks today, Tesla, took a dive because now they're investigating the autopilot out there. I've noticed on the road since you've been doing this video for me that people can't see right now. I haven't seen one Tesla out there in San Francisco.
Oh, they're out here. Trust me.
I'm sure they are.
They are. They're everywhere.
Well, now now they got snubbed. They got snubbed from Biden's EV big thing at the White House. And you know why he got snubbed?
They'll burn him down. They'll burn him down just like they're going to burn everyone down.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait. He'll be one of the first ones to get roasted. Then Bezos, then Gates. The evil kill their own. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Yeah, we'll see how it all plays out, but I don't know if any of those guys are evil, and they may, be wildly successful. But usually, the richer you get, the harder it is to stay benevolent and altruistic. You start to lose your roots and become tyrannical and authoritarian, and start doing things in a bad light just to make everyone, just for the almighty dollar. You got to keep up with, got to build your world hegemony. Like, those guys are all in a race for power. Money is not an object anymore because they have so much money. It's borderline God-esque. It's like four deities trying to fight for world hegemony.
Yeah.
Because they think of themselves as God as they cast off and jump up into space and see what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. I wholeheartedly see what you're saying. But anyways, we're going to end the podcast here real soon, folks. Right now, we got the futures are down a little bit going into tomorrow's read on retail sales. We still got gold just hanging there at 1788. One more read on Bitcoin. Bitcoin did a nosedive here lately. I mean, it's back down to 46.1. It's still hanging up there.
Wait a minute. Nosedive. Where did it fall from?
It fell from it. It was, I think it's kind of hanging in there. It's been like fluctuating $1,000.
I've been tracking it on my calendar because I forget to check it.
Yeah.
So I like to kind of write down a timestamp on a regular Joe written calendar.
Right.
And it's basically staying within $1,000 range. And
yes.
It's going up like $1,000 a day / and then it'll fall a couple grand in a day, and then it'll start back climbing, but it's been a slow, steady climb from 30
Yes.
all the way up to the 40.
And that was just about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, 45 to 50 is the range now. If we break through 50, then do we test the highs of the 60? And this is all in dollar terms, but that's how everyone sees it. So I'm explaining it like that. But it's basically you're seeing the dollar hang on and get a little more deflationary. When Bitcoin falls, the dollar's gaining a little strength back.
Right.
But it's very, very futile. It's
Right.
only slipping away as the Fed just talks about these crazy trillion numbers where billions is a thing of the past. We'll be in quadrillion talk before you know it. Just wait, maybe a year,
right,
2 years.
Yep. I hear you. I'm definitely on that game. There's no doubt about it. Well, I'd like to thank you for coming on and giving me this tour of San Francisco today. It's a virtual tour that I've been watching the screen here. I've never been there, folks, so I don't know. I mean, it's beautiful. I can just see how the hills and the mountains, and it just
different
looks,
environment.
It's so totally is. Are you headed toward south? Are you headed?
I'm headed north. Yeah, the city is so the city is where I was leaving as I left San Francisco, and then I'm heading about an hour north to the Santa Rosa area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's wine country up here.
It looks wonderful. Well, folks, I want to thank everybody for listening. This podcast should be out sometime here in August, and the next day or so. And we're coming to you from Monday, August 16th of 2021. So catch us on Spotify, catch us on Apple iTunes, catch us all over on Instagram. We are out there.
Well, I would like to say anyone that wants to reach out to me directly, hit me up on Twitter. That's pretty much my only communication channel. And you can DM me there. I'm Golf Winch. Bitcoin for president.
Very good. Folks, we'll see you next week, and keep stacking stats. That's what we do.
Stay humble, stack sats, baby.
All right. We'll see you next week, folks. Thanks for listening.